Defensive team right here.
They haven't seen that there's a flat tire. See, maybe it's the blinker.
It sounded like.
Oh, okay, interesting. Yeah.
He thinks he can fix anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me a second.
Seconds into this game, Anthony Davis commits a foul. Now, when we went to commercial, Jim, I think we were thinking maybe the officials were going to look at this to see if it rose to the level of a flagrant. It's not the case. That was a full-on challenge by Frank Vogel, and it was an unsuccessful challenge. They have used it. This was the play in question. Davis called for the foul. Unsuccessful challenge. 3 free throws for Jay Crowder. Talk about the strategy using a challenge this early in the game.
Well, what's surprising about it is games in this series have been so close. Okay, within 1 or 2 possessions, late game situation. You would think that you would want to hold that, challenge until later in the game, unless something popped up where LeBron is going to pick up 5 or AD pick up the 5th foul and challenge it. But you want to keep that in your bag just in case you need it in late game situation. So very surprising that Vogel and the coaching staff chose to use it this early in the game.
Not to mention how it kind of takes the crowd out of it. There's about 7,500 fans at Staples Center tonight. They were up and ready to go, fired up to see the Lakers in person in the playoffs for the first time since 2013. And LeBron gets them right back in good throat right there as he knocks down a 3.
On that 1-2 pick and roll between LeBron. You see the lineups right now. Who's on the court with Schroeder, Drummond, Anthony Davis, Pope, and James. But how do you play the pick and roll with 2 shooters? Regardless of LeBron James, see a brick right there by Devin Booker and Anthony Davis. It'll be a challenge.
Game 1 went to the Suns. That was Sunday. 99-90 was the final. Lakers were brutal from 3-point range in that game as Anthony Davis, he and LeBron get it started for the Lakers. Watching Chris Paul here. Schroeder, an excellent defender. You see Booker and Paul with Bridges, Crowder, and Ayton. Familiar starting 5. And now a question on who touched that one last. And that's going to be Phoenix ball. Full court pressure, though, and watching Chris Paul, the way he's handled the ball since the shoulder injury in game 1, it has been a question mark.
But not only handling the ball, but shooting, because he loves to go to his right to pull up. Now he has to square up and shoot. Also passing with his right hand, not just the short passes. I'm talking about the long over-the-top passes. So we're going to keep our eye on a lot of those different movements of Chris Paul. That'll be an indication on how he's feeling, with the shoulder.
Chris Paul played just 23 minutes in game 2. Crowder goes to the basket, and Drummond and Davis there to secure the rebound. The Lakers are massive, and they are going to put a lot of big bodies on the Suns once again. Caldwell Pope on the feed from AD. DeAndre Ayton clears it away. Now Chris Paul at the controls here. Paul trying to get around Drummond, finds Ayton, got a mismatch there, and Ayton takes advantage of Dennis Schroeder.
But that was all set up by Chris Paul because he drew the defense to him, even 2 defenders with eyes on him. That allowed Ayton to get down the lane. You see a turnover right here by the Lakers, but that allowed Ayton to get down and get posted up and get an easy two.
Talked to Monty Williams before the game, and there was a major adjustment by the Lakers going big from game 1 to game 2. We asked him about, does he counter with a small lineup? He said maybe, but he's concerned about the rebounding. So he is most likely going to stick with his regular rotation. The real question will be guys like Torrey Craig. Do we see Javon Carter at all tonight? Especially concerning Javon Carter if Chris Paul is in the limit.
It's not just the size, it's the physicality that size brings that Phoenix couldn't match up with, in particular early in the game. That's the size of the Lakers.
Davis misses a three. Ayton kept it alive, but right into the hands of AD. Cannot finish. Gets his own. Looking for some room and hammers one down. Anthony Davis coming off a big game 2, 34 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, had 3 blocks in the game as well as Booker gets the friendly bounce for Phoenix. Booker, a 31-point game in game 2 as well. He has been electrifying in his first 2 playoff games. Schroeder for 3, cash.
Schroeder recognizing that CP Chris Paul went underneath the screen. Again, watching game film, you see tendencies of your opponents to try to take advantage of it. You know, a different energy with AD. When he's on the attack like this, now the defense has to honor it. And when he has his mindset to dominate, there's no one in the league that can match up with him. It's the times, BA, when he settles for just being okay. When he settles for just being average, that places the Lakers in a tough dilemma because then they become somewhat of an average team.
Caldwell Pope, that is wiped out by Andre Drummond as Booker was trying to go to the hole, and now the wise old vet LeBron James pins a foul on Devin Booker.
You go back inside, and what's the value of having Andre Drummond? Well, is he a rim protector? Yeah, at times. But when he can do this, okay, he adds so much value on the defensive end for the Lakers. We know what he can do on the offensive board, but picking up those block shots are invaluable.
Lakers signed Drummond on March 28th. Has not been with the team that long. Remember, he started with Cleveland. Certainly has not been with LeBron and AD that long as LeBron James scores the layup inside.
Well, and the difference being, and I didn't interrupt, in Phoenix, the energy level, attention to detail, being assertive and decisive was all the Lakers. You see it a little bit now here in this first quarter. Again, the determination to set the tone early. And it's important that Phoenix continues to respond to that. You can't turn it over against this Laker team.
Phoenix high turnover first quarter in game 2. Lakers give it right back. So Ayton on the other end gets a steal. Here's Paul now. He'll pull the mid-range. Paul, he's looking pretty good here. You see a lot of the treatment. You can see the results of that treatment on that right shoulder. There's suction cups that try to increase blood flow. Kind of like a stinger. They're calling it a shoulder contusion, but he lost a little feeling in his hand. That was in the second quarter of game 1, but he does look much improved as Drummond just puts Ayton in the spin cycle and hammers one home for LA.
Well, you won't get a steady diet of just feeding the ball to Andre Drummond, but when he gets his opportunities, he has to take advantage of it. On that last play, he did just that.
Mikal Bridges' first try, no good. Offensive board, Booker, and Booker comes up short. Ayton, another chance, and a third chance is good for the Phoenix Suns as DeAndre Ayton scores his second basket. And on the ground is Anthony Davis, looking like he took a shot to the face.
I think it happened after the play, Brian, when Ayton, after he made the basket, retreating back the other way, may have accidentally caught Anthony Davis with a shot. Take a look right here. After the shot goes in, little contact, DA. This is going to be a physical game, I believe, early. Both teams up to the challenge.
Once upon a time, you could get in.
3 taco pizza for just $10.
Played very well to start the playoffs. LeBron misses a three. There's Ayton who clears down the board. Typically, throughout the regular season, the Suns at a very slow pace. Obviously, Chris Paul makes them very efficient as he hits another mid-range. But I thought it was interesting. You talked to Monty Williams today with the Lakers. They haven't gone to the big lineup yet. But you might see the Suns play with a little more pace, or at least try to, against that particular lineup.
Well, that's how you see. I think this is a legal deep for 3-second call on the weak side. Monty Williams doesn't like it, but that's how you counteract size, though. I mean, because you're not automatically going to get bigger during this series if you're Phoenix, but what you can do is speed the pace up, spread that size out, and then try to attack it off the dribble.
Defensive 3 seconds is the call. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope will shoot the tee here. Jimmy, it doesn't have a feel of a 7-2 matchup. Because the Lakers had so many games without LeBron James, so many games without Anthony Davis, combined 56 games missed between those two. The Lakers fell into that 7th spot, had to go through the play-in, but they're still the defending champs. And this series is all tied at 1 apiece. As this series moves to L.A. now, that's going to be a travel, and Anthony Davis turns it over for L.A.
Right, let's not forget about Dennis Schroeder not being in the lineup. But I actually thought playing in the play-in game allowed them to get an extra game under their belt where they can develop some more continuity and chemistry before actually getting into the playoffs.
Mikal Bridges set up by Paul, right down the pipe for Mikal Bridges. Outstanding third-year player out of Villanova. Jimmy, he shot it at 43% from three-point range this year. As Davis inside, LeBron set him up beautifully, and Davis finishes.
Oh, 2 good plays. Bridges comes off the screen. The screen up top. Normally, he's more comfortable in the corner to knock down shots in a quick-hitting play. With, of course, 2 of the best in the game with LeBron and AD.
LeBron James, his first assist. Here's Bridges again, hot hand. Nope, missed that one. And there's Drummond with the rebound. 7 games, health and safety protocols really affected him as well. Here's Davis now, little fadeaway, not there. Ayton with another rebound already. He's racking them up. He's got 4 in the first 6 minutes and change here. Ball looking inside for Ayton. He just walls off Davis. Good recovery by the Lakers. Late clock now. Crowder's going to let it fly. And Caldwell-Pope with the rebound. Drummond lost the handle and out of bounds, and the Lakers turn it over once again. Turnover number 4. Gives us a chance to check in with Kenny and Charles on the FanDuel free-to-play game. What do you have, fellas?
Don't forget to play FanDuel's over-under game, Chuck.
Who will score more points in the game? LeBron, AD, Devin Booker, or other?
Ooh.
I'm going with Devin Booker.
You know what? I'm going to go with other tonight. There's going to be someone else step up in this game.
I love when those guys get into the FanDuel. All right, that's something to watch tonight. Other or Devin Booker. Schroeder, a little scoop to the basket. Nicely done from Dennis Schroeder.
I mean, that's one thing Schroeder can do, in particular in transition and secondary offense. He kind of waits until he can find the gap and then exploits that and finishes even within traffic.
Frank Vogel said Dennis Schroeder had his best game since he's been back in game 2. It's going to be a foul on Gasol in the game for the first time. Got Gasol in. Kyle Kuzma first off the bench for the Suns. Cameron Payne gets his first minutes on the floor. And now Cameron Johnson will enter. 19-16. That was a pretty good first run for Chris Paul. And the athletic trainers will try to keep that shoulder in good form. There's another 3 down for Mikal Bridges. He's hit 2 already.
Well, and one of the big themes coming takeaways from game 2 for the Phoenix Suns. I know it sounds simple, but got to make shots. It had opportunities, good looks, but not able to knock them in. Bridges answering the bell early here with the second 3-point shot made.
Kuzma gets his first touch. Gasol, he's a playmaker up there, gives it right back to Kuzma. And, oh, what a feed to Anthony Davis. Kyle Kuzma, a beautiful lob to AD. Devin Booker has got Caldwell Pope on him. Devin Booker gets him on his back, misses again. So Booker missing some shots early, just 1 out of 6 to start this game, coming off his 31-point effort. Kuzma unable to hit it. That's a guy the Lakers got to get going, Jimmy. Just 2 points in the first 2 games, and those came in game 2.
But in Kuzma's defense, having AD back and LeBron back, his role was going to change. He's not going to get the same kind of touches that he has gotten in the past, so he has to adjust to that mentally and take advantage of the opportunities when they come about. And speaking about opportunity, listen, there's not going to be
Or Jimmy.
the most important part. He didn't come out with the shoulder harness on the sleeve kind of in the game. And I think that's more mental than anything. That's a lot. That's alerting the Lakers to say, yes, listen, I heard
Out of 6 to start this game, coming off his 31-point.
believe me, Olo. And
Handler, he sets up Anthony Davis again. Couple of rim runs here for Anthony Davis with the bench.
But what's important about that is that now that assist to me is a sign, an indication from the Lakers' perspective. You need to be able to make plays off the dribble against this Phoenix team. Excellent work that time, Caruso and Davis.
Here's Booker. Got the late clock here. Puts one up off the window. Nicely done. Fundamental. Devin Booker. Kuzma quickly down the floor. Misses the layup. Ayton clears another rebound. That's 6 for him right now. Booker gives it up. Ayton in traffic. Good ball movement by the Suns. The Lakers close out well. Ayton, little turnaround. Oh, what a tough shot. Nicely done by DeAndre Ayton.
I tell you what, DeAndre Ayton is patient. And what I mean by that is when, Devin Booker drives or Chris Paul drives, he kind of picks his spots and timing on when to cut. And as soon as the defense helps, he ends up open, and now he's able to capitalize that with the basket, another one inside.
Gasol passes up a 3, gives it up. And AD got a man in the air. Ayton, now he'll pull a long 2. Cameron Payne's been a terrific bench player this year for Monty Williams and the Suns. Payne had 19 in game 2 in 33 minutes. Lakers fans will note that Dennis Schroeder, who normally plays the entirety of the first quarter as Booker goes strong, they're still trying to get Schroeder's basketball legs under him, so he does sit in the middle of the first quarter these days, which puts Alex Caruso in that primary ball handler role. So essentially you got LeBron and Schroeder out. LeBron James will re-enter. Chris Paul doing some coaching on that sideline. 32 and change. Here's Kuzma now. Davis with a rebound. Got good position on Ayton. Good ball movement. Extra pass. Here comes Caruso, and he lays it in. Nice find by LeBron James.
Yeah, nice cut that time by Caruso. It's funny because the ball bobbled around a little bit. The Phoenix defense froze, and the Lakers able to take advantage of it.
Shot clock is off. Chance at the last shot here for Phoenix. They lead by 1 in this pivotal game 3, and there is a whistle as Booker was on the attack. Lakers did have a foul to give. First in the last 2 minutes for LA, 6.2 seconds remaining. Phoenix winning game 1 by 9, won the rebound battle in that game. They were plus 14. Lakers answered in game 2 Tuesday with a 7-point win, and the Lakers were plus 8 in the rebounding category as Booker loses it out of bounds. And just 0.2 left, no time to put up a shot here, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. So very entertaining. Anthony Davis got clocked in the nose early. Lakers use a couple of timeouts early. It's a 1-point game in game 3. Lakers Suns on TNT.
ayan, shoutout sa 11K.
Kamusta mga kababayan and kaibigan? Madami ba kayong mga
Into mid-range jumper, and we're all tied at 33.
But you see how valuable two-point shots are? I mean, the emphasis so much around the three-point line skews the thought process that twos are not worth anything, but they are, particularly when the game is still in the balance.
That's going to be an offensive foul. It's going the other way. Lakers going to turn it over again. Suns had a couple of early turnovers. Suns do protect the ball very well. They're fourth best in the NBA in turnovers. They only have 4. Lakers have 7. Paul misses. There's Kuzma flying high with a rebound.
You hit the nail on the head right there in regards to turnover. Phoenix had 7 turnovers in the first quarter in game 2. Like you said, only 4 at this point.
Kavetsky with a block on Drummond. Well, and low 5s for Frank Kaminsky. He had his moments this year, former All-America out of the University of Wisconsin, the former Badger, on a great college career.
Former National Player of the Year, Frank Kaminsky.
He's had a return trip to Phoenix. His playing time in this series is on a minute-by-minute basis right now. That's a good stand for him. Late clock here, LeBron. He'll put it up, comes up short. Ball clears it away on the move. Here's Craig in the corner for 3. Craig's hit 1 3-pointer. Crowder working on LeBron James. That was a finals matchup last year. Crowder with the Miami Heat. Matthews. And Paul clears it away again. There's Paul racking up some boards now. That's his 3rd. Lakers have gone cold. Paul's got Drummond on him. Gets right by him. And a little fadeaway. No good.
That's usually money for Chris Paul, able to navigate his way right there to get that shot. But 2 good defensive stops by the Suns. See if they can get a 3rd.
That's Craig, an excellent defender on James, just bodying him in a better position. Ball moves quickly. Everybody gets a touch. Shot clock down to 3. LeBron James, a little turnaround baseline. No good. Right now, the Lakers 14 out of 32, shooting at 44%, but they've missed their last 6. Nice strip down by Caruso. Give it right back. Paul with a steal. Booker gives it up. Suns get it organized now. And now Kaminsky coming in strong. Can't finish it with Drummond on him. And a timeout. Frank Vogel wants to talk this one over here. All tied at 33. Laker timeout. 6:45 remaining in the second quarter.
Shout out to 20K viewers.
Fouled, and free throws coming for Anthony Davis. Craig picks up the foul. And that'll be 2 shots here for Anthony Davis. Kyle Kuzma, just 2 points in the first 2 games, made just 1 basket, and with 1 3-pointer, he's already got his playoff high. And expecting a lot more to come from Kuzma. Not going to keep him down long.
No, but it's not easy, when you're kind of yo-yoing between responsibilities. For 5, 6, 7, 8 games when injuries are about, you're kind of the guy getting volume shots. But then when your main guys come back, you got to understand those same looks. Also, the minutes are not going to be distributed the same. And mentally, you got to be prepared for that. So it's good to see Kuz able to knock in the 3 with a play that was drawn up for him to get that shot.
All right, so Anthony Davis, a couple of free throws. He's got 12. 10 of that first quarter. Lakers have opened up a 5-point lead. It's a 5-0 run. Chris Paul looking for the lob, and Ayton there on the receiving end. Man, what a beautiful play. Chris Paul, he thinks there was a foul as well. Paul's got 3 helpers. Ayton adding to his total with 10 points now. Schroeder, did he walk with it? No, double dribble. That's going to be a Laker turnover, number 9 for LA.
Well, the value of Chris Paul extending the dribble, knowing that AD didn't help all the way, but yet and still he was caught in no man's land, able to throw the lob easily up, kind of returning some of the damage done by the Lakers right back at him with that dunk by Ayton.
A lot of beef there, too. Looked like some contact. Oh, nice pass. Crowder somehow snuck that one through, and Ayton scores at the rim once again. Boy, the ball movement for both teams has been impressive to start this game. Crowder all over Davis. Here goes Schroeder now. Got some space. Schroeder comes up short. Booker with Ayton running the floor. Booker goes and is fouled. McLemore on the foul. Free throws for Devin Booker. Hey, don't forget, you can put your takes to the test with FanDuel's free over-under game. It's simple. You just pick over or under for each prop for your chance to win. Head to FanDuel.com/over-under to make your free picks before every NBA on TNT broadcast. Free throws here for Devin Booker. Let's check in with Chris Haynes. What do you have, Chris?
Gentlemen, Coach Monty Williams shared with me that the moment he realized this team was special is when Devin Booker opted out of playing in the All-Star game and instead choosing to remain in Phoenix to treat his knee and work out. Williams said that showed growth and leadership, and it was a sign that he felt like the franchise is headed in the right direction with their priorities.
Well, 6 years in the league. He's got the contract. He's the guy, the face of the franchise, so you expect the maturity to come, and it shows in his leadership. And Monty Williams raves a lot that Devin is much more of a leader than people give credit to. And giving too much credit, Chris Haynes, gentlemen, use that word loosely, my man. Use it loosely over here.
It took me back a little bit, you're right. Stunned me for a moment. Great to have Chris with us. Here's McLemore trying to get loose for 3. Well contested there. Suns by a point. They were just down 5, and Chris Paul up and drive the bus here. Hits the deck. That is going to be a turnover for Paul.
Or did he get the timeout?
Did he get the timeout? Good call, maybe. I think he did. You're right. So Paul does get the timeout. Phoenix still in possession. Timeout on the floor.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
boy.
It sound right, boys.
It sound right, boy. Sound good. Big sound good. Big sound good. Big it sound right, boy. Big sound good. Big sound good. Big sound good. Big it sound right, boy. Big sound good. Big sound good. Big sound good.
It sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.
$21K viewers natin.
Chance here for Phoenix, down 2. And that's going to be Booker, no. And that'll be Laker ball with 49 and change remaining in the second quarter. Suns have missed their last 6 field goal attempts.
They had some good looks, but, you know, for both teams, you want to carry momentum going into the locker room. The Lakers got down a bit up 2, trying to see if they can extend that lead by 2 or 3 here.
Here's LeBron now. Bullet pass. Every passing lane seems to be closed when it works inside out. Suns are doing a good job. Don't forget American Express halftime report. Coming your way next. They're busy. The Godfather, Ernie Johnson, with Kenny, Shaq, and Charles, all coming up next at the half, courtesy of American Express. Here's Davis now from LeBron. Short. Caldwell Pope, the rebound, and a putback.
And DeAndre Ayton is like, what's up? Everybody's ball watching. I'm blocking out down low, or got switched in and no one picked up the loose rebound.
26 points in the paint for the Lakers of their 43. Suns have 16 in the paint, 10 of those coming from Ayton. Paul working with Ayton. Kuzma just puts a body into him, and that's going to be a foul. Frank Vogel pleading his case that Ayton pushed Kuzma into him. That's not going to fly.
But that's the veteran play by Chris Paul, because the first bump by Kuzma, the official didn't call. So Chris Paul went right there. The official didn't call that. So you go right back at him, knowing that there's going to be a little bit of contact, and the fake hustle right there by Chris Paul saying, I'm going to help you up. He wasn't going to help him up. But that's the smart veteran play. Put the onus on the official. Oops, I didn't call the first one. A little less contact, he calls the second one.
That's got Vogel upset as he talks it over with Sean Wright. Free throw misses. And Paul kind of tugging at that right shoulder. He's played good minutes tonight. Chris Paul led the NBA in free throw percentage this season. Paul shot it at 93% this year. And gets a friendly roll that time. Makes it a three-point game. Lakers with the ball. Chance at the last shot. Kuzma, no. And that'll take us to the end of the first half. Game 3. First game at Staples. First playoffs game at Staples in 8 seasons. 3-point game. American Express halftime report is coming your way next. Lakers have the lead. You're watching the NBA playoffs, round 1 on TNT.
I'm making a change today. The liquor been taking the pain away.
Kamusta?
LeBron's got the first 4 points and first 2 baskets for the Lakers of this third quarter. It's interesting note about the second quarter stats. As 8 misses, both the Suns and the Lakers had more turnovers than made field goals in the second quarter. As LeBron goes strong, looking for a foul, didn't get it. Good defense by the Suns. Left wide open, Booker missed it. Boy, it had been a tough shooting game anywhere outside that paint. And 2 more in the paint as Anthony Davis with a two-handed jam. LeBron with another beautiful find. And a timeout. Monty Williams and the Suns. Lakers up 9.
Ayan, shoutout sa 12K viewers natin dyan. Shoutout sa nagbigay ng ayun.
What a moment. Championship year moment. Chris Paul bounces underneath as DeAndre Ayton. They have really slowed Booker down completely. By the way, the Suns have not had a field goal now, Stu, in 6.5 minutes, extending back to the first half. LeBron James behind. Wow.
5 feet out.
We're going to get a report from Chris Haynes momentarily.
Him also, Anthony Davis, he had his left leg wrapped in the halftime, that left knee. He's still walking gingerly and moving gingerly out there. So both teams have something to monitor right now.
Thanks, Chris. Good info. And, to be honest with you, B.A., you know this by being around the game a long time as Aiden comes up short. At this point of the season, every team has some kind of nagging injury or, in some kind of pain. It's a matter of the threshold in which you can put yourself through to see a turnover by LeBron to play through it.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, too. When people say you come back from an injury, I want to be 100%. You're never 100%. Once you begin to play professional sports or whatever, you're always going to have something that nags at you. It's a matter, can you play through it instead of the job done?
Well, I can see it. He's laboring to run down the floor. No shot there. That's going to be a foul on the Lakers on Anthony Davis. That was that chase down rejection that he had, and he kind of buckled that left knee. And Crowder able to draw the foul on Anthony Davis. By the way, the Suns have missed their last 10 field goal attempts. Here goes Booker now. Very low-scoring game. Chris mentioned that 11-1 run going back to the end of the quarter. And the much-needed basket for the Phoenix Suns comes from DeAndre Ayton, who's got 12.
Well, the struggle with the Suns is this. During the course of the season, they're 7th in the league in three-point shooting percentage at about 38%. But in this series so far, they're a little bit below 31%. And that's a lot of their offense and what they get off of it.
Oh, nice feed by LeBron. Andre Drummond scores inside. Part of that story, too, you're talking about. The Lakers are excellent protecting the three-point line defensively. They're third best in the NBA in opponent three-point percentage. Lakers, the #1 defensive rated team in the NBA, even with all that time missed by Davis and LeBron. One and done for Phoenix. The drought continues. Here goes LeBron. Finds Anthony Davis, and now Crowder is going to be called for a foul. Phoenix has missed now 11 of their last 12.
Well, but here's the adjustment Frank Vogel has made. We're not double teaming the pick and roll scenario. Why? Because now that opens up the perimeter for Phoenix to spread it out and have open three-point shots. So now by not double teaming, you're forcing Phoenix to have to beat you over the top inside, but you're staying closer to the three-point shooters, thus not getting open looks.
Here's Schroeder. Comes up short. Offensive rebound, Drummond. Swipe down by Paul. Opportunity here for the Lakers. A second chance. No good. Drummond trying to keep it alive. It's Booker. Comes out of the pack. Booker. And a turnover. LeBron James snuffed it out. Schroeder leaves it up. And Davis throws it down. The Lakers in transition. Opening up a double-digit lead now. They're up 11. Seventh Phoenix turnover. Suns protect the ball very well. And up top, that's down for the Suns. I think the Lakers were looking for an offensive goal 10. Not the case, as Ayton now with 14 points. They have all come in the paint. DeAndre Ayton is 7 for 9 now. Lakers by 9. Schroeder goes to work. Davis to the basket and a foul. That's going to be Crowder again, which will be number 4 on number 99.
Well, this lob right here, BA, beautifully done, was a direct result of after the turnovers by the Lakers. They sprinted back and got back and didn't allow Phoenix to capitalize off it. It's a reason why they're number 2 in the league in defensive efficiency. Why teams make teams have to really work to score the basketballs during little things like that. Even when you have a miscue on the offensive end, you don't allow your opponent to capitalize off it.
Lakers with 4 lobs in this game. Davis knocks down the first. Hey, the stage is set for Game 3 in Boston tomorrow night. The Celtics look to defend their home court. The Nets hoping to extend their lead in this round 1 series to 3-0. Don't miss Game 3 tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Here tonight on TNT, the nightcap, 54-44 Laker lead. Not only the first playoff game at Staples Center in 8 seasons, LeBron James' first playoff game at Staples Center, believe it or not. Lakers have not won a playoff game in this venue since the 2012 season. Great to have fans in the stands as well. There's Ayton, missed it, got it back, second chance. Ayton scores over Drummond.
I'll tell you what, one person doing their job, and that's not to take anything away from the other guys who are trying to get things done, but DeAndre Ayton is on a mission right now. He just needs some more help.
Well, Lakers flying high, trying to set up another lob. Davis hit the deck hard. And he'll go to the free throw line. I mentioned the 4 lobs already, a couple of those coming in transition. Such a big part of the Lakers game with their top-rated defense. And they maintain that number 1 spot throughout the whole schedule between Anthony Davis and LeBron James, missing all that time. Davis 30 games, LeBron James 26.
Well, you know why? It's based on the system, not individuals.
Davis misses the first. So again, ABC tomorrow, the Nets and the Celtics, and then ESPN has the doubleheader. Knicks and Hawks, that series all even at 1 apiece. They go to Atlanta now. It's been a very entertaining series. Clippers, Mavericks from Dallas is the nightcap. Just go to NBA.com or visit the NBA app to follow these first-round series.
Hey, BA, who would have thought, we did the Knicks-Atlanta game, that would be one of the more intriguing, exciting series to watch when the playoffs, the seeding and everything first came about.
Well matched. Yeah. Identical records, as a matter of fact, the Knicks and the Hawks.
Well, they always say the 4 and 5 seed are the teams that are evenly matched, and right now, no one is matching the aggression of not only LeBron James, but the Lakers of continuing to dominate the paint. Point number 38 for the Lakers.
And the Lakers with 8 fast break points. Here's Paul, gets stuck in traffic, comes up short. That's where you can really see the shoulder injury. He's come up short a number of times on a shot he usually knocks down, as James again just powers his way in. And Monty Williams is going to have to go back to the drawing board because the Lakers are playing bully ball inside right now.
Shout out to 25K.
If you think winning an NBA championship is hard, try beating the Cube.
I can't believe I did that!
Dwayne Wade hosts the Cube June 10th on TBS.
Well,
Shout out kay Arian Noble.
Not only for this game, but for the Lakers throughout this series. This is the third game where they scored 40-plus points in the paint, and they do it in a variety of ways. I'm old enough to remember, BA, you just post up and drop it down and maybe get an offensive rebound. That was points in the paint. Not now. Variety of ways to score outside of just posting straight up.
Well, the Lakers are winning the rebound battle once again. That was a big story from game 1 to 2 as Johnson is fouled. Drummond out there trying to close him out. Right now, the Lakers are plus 14 in rebounding. In game 2, they were plus 8. The Suns out-rebounded the Lakers in game 1. That was a low-scoring affair for L.A. Scored just 90 points in that loss in the opening game. But Frank Vogel's Lakers, the 7 seed, they have a 13-point lead right now. LeBron James has scored or assisted on 12 of the Lakers' 16 third-quarter points. He's got 8 himself with a couple of assists as Johnson hits the free throw. 2 more left for Cameron Johnson, scoring his first points of the game. Johnson's been quiet. Crowder's been quiet. Hey, put your takes to the test with FanDuel's free over-under game. It's simple. You just pick over or under for each prop for your chance to win. Head to FanDuel.com/over-under to make your free picks before every NBA on TNT broadcast.
You know one good thing, and our fans couldn't hear it. The exchange between LeBron James and Cameron Payne.
Oh, LeBron on cue powers one down.
And that exchange with LeBron in the rim. I mean, just classic on. It just reminded me of days. It's just when you're just talking a little smack across the boards and then you back it up on the opposite end with a dunk.
LeBron has 10 in the quarter. That might be the signature moment of this third quarter right there. A power right-handed jam from James. Here goes Mikal Bridges. 8 inside shot clock violation as the Lakers hold serve on this time of the floor.
LBJ, Mikal Bridges, excuse me. And this time, so because Anthony Davis is there, DeAndre Ayton is caught in between. He didn't know whether to stay to help, and him freezing just opened it up for LeBron. Another easy 2 inside.
Suns look like they're in trouble right now, Jimmy. There's a lot of time left, but the Lakers are getting it where they want it, and 1 for Anthony Davis. Chance at a three-point play, going right in to the belly of the beast again.
Well, not settling to fall into the trap that, okay, we've been successful with this part of our game, which is inside. Now we're just going to settle and start shooting jump shots. The mental and discipline it takes to continue to stay with it is what makes championship teams. And when you have leadership like a LeBron James and the coaching staff, that's an easy task to stay to because they know that's the formula to ultimately not just winning this game and see a turnover, but ultimately another championship.
Steal by Drummond. And here is Davis. Oh, he missed the dunk. He had it cocked back and lost the handle on his way in. Boy, everybody was up for that one. 7,500 or so at Staples Center tonight, and a missed opportunity for the Lakers.
Now, that's what you call bad intentions right here. They tried to dunk it too hard, caught the back of the 10.
Caldwell Pope with a loose ball foul there after that play. Now that is Booker on his way in. He lays it in. Let's mark that missed dunk by Davis. See if the Suns have a rally in them. They're down 13 points. Schroeder quickly back, and a foul, and 1. Torrey Craig with the foul. Schroeder going to the line for a chance at a three-point play.
And Schroeder holding his ankle. And I was just going to say that they're going to be down 13, 15 points. This Phoenix team, offensively was 7th in the league. You can get back in the game, but you can't get back in if you score. And then on the opposite end, it's an easy, this is not easy through contact for Schroeder, but he was able to get downhill, now get himself to the line.
Lacing him up a little tighter. And a free throw to try to extend this lead now to 16 points. would be the biggest lead of the game. Schroeder just coming back at the end of the season. There were a lot of questions about his fitness, the fatigue level. He really got hit hard. He was in health and safety protocols. It wasn't himself. Frank Vogel said his best game was game 2. Put the ball in his hands. Again, he's another part of the story. Look at Schroeder still limping out there. But, he had the ball in his hands quite a bit when LeBron and Davis were out. Bodies on the floor. Booker looking for help. Craig kicks it. Johnson for 3. Suns needed it, and they get it from Cameron Johnson.
Well, how about Devin Booker got hit 4 or 5 times, but he stayed with it, and then ultimately the play got into the corner for the 3.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope couldn't get back in the play. He looks like he's shaken up, and the Lakers want a timeout. 67-54. Lakers by 13, going to the 4-minute mark of the third.
Shout out to 29K.
The knee area, and he couldn't get back into play. LeBron James took the timeout, and Caldwell-Pope still trying to walk this off. So we've seen AD been shaken up a couple of times. Caldwell-Pope looks like he's on his way to the locker room.
Oh, see right there, when he tried to stop, and I'm not a doctor, could be a little hyperextended or jammed up a little bit. He is going back to the locker room. Further evaluation.
So this is where Frank Vogel goes with a big lineup here.
Yep.
You got Gasol on the floor with Davis, LeBron, Caruso. Schroeder will run the point. Davis going to the line now. Lakers in the bonus. And Caldwell-Pope still trying to fight off this injury. Davis has answered with another big game here. Anthony with 34 points in game 2. He was 18 for 21 at the free throw line in game 2. It's the most free throws attempted by a Laker in the playoffs since Kobe in 2008. He had 23 attempts that year. 22 points for Anthony Davis. And he is now 7 for 9 from the free throw line.
Well, I guess the question is this, B.A. In order for the Lakers to repeat, does Anthony Davis have to be the best player on the court all the time for the Lakers?
Nice feed. DeAndre Ayton cashes one in. Good look by Johnson right there.
And still only down 13. Phoenix, if you can get some stops, close the gap, get it under 10 before the fourth quarter, you feel good about yourself despite not really playing well in the third quarter.
Torrey Craig, they cleared out for LeBron James. He spins around. LeBron, he missed the dunk that time. Davis gets the rebound, can't finish it. Now Johnson on the run.
And that's 4 points. The Lakers have missed off of 2 dunk, one by LeBron and one by AD and one now by LeBron.
Good hands by Marc Gasol. Shot clock at 15. Lakers push their lead to 16. They're up 13 now. Both teams having poor shooting performances, especially the Suns. That's another 3-ball down. That is Torrey Craig. Suns had missed 8 consecutive threes at one point. Well, Cameron Johnson and Torrey Craig have hit on the last two. Now the Suns 6 for 20 from beyond the arc. Lakers are dreadful from three-point range. Most of their points coming in the paint. Mid-range no good. Craig comes out of the pack.
Another opportunity, go quick. Get this game under double digits. DeAndre Ayton is the guy inside, chose to kick it back out.
Good hands. Lakers strong defensively in the paint. Caruso all the way, comes up short. Two key threes by Phoenix, helping them get back in it. Craig, missed the layup point blank. And Ayton couldn't corral the rebound. Caruso was in there clawing away at it. And LeBron turns it over. Caruso has gone to the basket. And a giveaway by the Lakers. And LeBron will sit with 2:21 remaining in this third quarter.
Yeah, both teams not able to capitalize. Phoenix on the opposite end, then the Lakers able to turnover.
They scan for your shot to experience everything courtside has to offer. Michelob Ultra, giving you the chance to win tickets to the NBA playoffs as well as some amazing prizes.
I wonder right now with these last possessions, a little fatigue. Teams kind of battling, not because of the pace, because of the physical nature, because these last 2 to 3 possessions have been more mental than physical turnovers.
Suns turn it over. That was Cameron Payne who lost it out of bounds. 11 giveaways now. 5th turnover this quarter for Phoenix. Under 2 minutes to go. Tough shot by Davis and gets one to bank in. Davis with 25 points. 9 of 18 shooting. He's got 13 in the quarter now, does Anthony Davis. Staring at a double-double. That's going to be an offensive foul. Another giveaway by Phoenix.
Yeah, turnover. I think that's number 12. And just right there, he'd have been fine with just the body and shoulder, but once he extended that right arm, it was an easy call for the official. I think he got a technical
right here. Scott Foster brings up Booker or Craig.
I think it's Booker.
Yeah, it's going to be on Devin Booker. Just when the Suns are trying to stop the Lakers from scoring, Devin Booker gives him a technical foul shot, and Monty Williams can only watch right now. He's gone to the drawing board. We saw a little bit of Frank Kaminsky in the first half. Torrey Craig's got more minutes here tonight than he did in game 2. But that rotation is pretty tight right now for Monty Williams, and I'm not sure he's able to find an answer right now if the Suns don't start making some three-pointers.
Well, the thing is they're not getting consistent, clean looks. So the rhythm offensively behind the arc is not there, unlike the Lakers, who continue to run little cross screens inside, get movement, force the defense to switch, and now you're able to find the gaps and get some easy shots inside or some tough contested two-pointers that they're getting.
Craig not committed there, misses a 3. Anthony Davis has been on the floor a lot. He's down deep. Davis missed it, got his own, puts it back. The Anthony Davis show in this third quarter continues. 30 points in the game now. That got LeBron off his seat. Davis has scored the last 9 for LA. That's a nice finish by the lefty Cameron Payne. Boy, a burst by the Lakers here. Chris Paul on the bench. Paul tonight has played 25 minutes, has 7 points, participating in his 11th career playoff. James Harden has 12. He's got the longest streak going. Andre Iguodala, Danny Green have both played in 11 straight, as has Paul. Coming to the end of the third quarter. And now swipe from behind. Payne picks the pocket of Gasol all the way in with the reverse. He scores. Kuzma was closing fast, but Payne gets the layup. And a 13-point Laker lead. It's about 5 seconds and change separating the shot and the game clock. Davis has scored the last 9 for the Lakers. Davis, tough shot. No. Kuzma, offensive rebound. And a fight for it. Johnson has it. Final shot for the Suns. Johnson comes up short. A big third quarter for the LA Lakers. And they push their lead to 13. The NBA playoffs on TNT.
Shout out sa 44K.
And went on a 33-23 third quarter run as it's time for our Limelight presented by Corona Extra, and a lot of action inside. You see the Lakers playing big, 41 rebounds. They're plus 12 in that category, plus 12 points in the paint as well. Moment ago, Chris Haynes caught up with Frank Vogel.
Coach Frank Vogel, third quarter, you guys went on a burst there. What was said at halftime to get you guys going like that?
Settle down. We were not ourselves in that first half, at least offensively. Defensively, we did a really good job in 12-point second quarter, but just hit the reset button, settle down, refocus on what we did in game 2. And, you see Bron and AD having a great third quarter. Bron really set the tone, attacking the paint, getting to the rim. You got a little bit of nagging injuries from a couple of your players. How are you going to monitor that in this fourth quarter? Yeah, they don't want to come out. We'll just keep an eye on it. Guys are having some playoffs. Guys are having gutsy performances for sure. Thank you, Coach. Yeah.
Hey, Chris, the reset button means get the ball to LeBron and AD, and everybody else get out the way.
Well, all of a sudden, the Suns get a little something cooking here. It started with Cameron Payne. Now Torrey Craig hits a 27-footer on a Paul assist. And it's a 76-68 Laker lead with Davis going inside. The foul by Kuzma. It's going to be a foul. Looks like Davis will be going to the line. Somebody lost a shoe here. Davis did. So the Lakers score 43 points in the first 2 quarters, Jim. They answer with a 33-point third quarter. Anthony Davis scored 18 in the third. LeBron scored 10. So 28 of the 33 Laker points in that third quarter coming from the 2 superstars.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Again, I go back to this, is that leadership is so important. What was working? How many times have we seen it where teams have dominated but gone away from what was working? The Lakers did not fall in love with maybe now that we are dominating inside, let's just jack up some threes. They stuck with the course.
Want more playoff stats? Just ask Siri. Who leads the basketball playoffs?
Well, Anthony Davis's free throw stops a 9-0 Phoenix run. Cameron Payne, a big part of that. Payne hit 3 consecutive baskets. And Davis, one more at the line here. He is 10 out of 12 at the line. Davis makes it a 10-point game once again. Biggest lead for the Lakers, 17. Chris Paul back on the floor as we start this fourth quarter. Kaminsky running with him. And there's a pick by Caruso. That's going to be last touch by Caruso. He thought the Sun player touched it last. 13 on the shot clock. Lakers without Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Here is Kaminsky inside and denied by Kuzma. Davis there to help as well. LeBron at the controls. Kuzma steps into a 3. No. Offensive rebound, Davis. Johnson ties him up. That'll be a jump ball. So Davis and Johnson will jump it. Let's get a report from Chris Haynes, keeping an eye on Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. What do you have, Chris?
Fellas, the Los Angeles Lakers say Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has suffered a left quad contusion, and they're saying he is questionable to return tonight.
That leg, that maybe was the knee
skip,
but evidently, if it's a quad contusion, he had to get hit in that thigh. So it had to happen when he was coming off that pick to get hit in order to have that type of injury.
Frank Vogel questioning the clock here.
They said reset it to 14.
Yeah, there you go.
See, when you argue, sometimes you do get your way.
Just gotta,
you got to argue the right way.
Without the mask, you know, these NBA coaches not required to wear the mask during games now. So making his voice heard. By the way, without Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, a premium perimeter defender is out for the Lakers. Here goes LeBron to the hole, counted and one. Stacking up a big second half. LeBron James with 12 second half points. First basket of this fourth quarter, Jimmy.
Well, the question is, you know, how healthy is LeBron James's ankle? Well, I think he's answered that question.
Yeah.
You know, it may not be as explosive, but he's getting to his spots. And the thing is, he's confident that when he has to jump off of that ankle, that he can explode and finish.
Well, Frank Vogel is with his personnel as LeBron misses short, gets the rebound, though, is back tapped that time. And now Matthews for 3. Yes, rattles one home. Just like that, after the Suns went on a 9-0 run, the Lakers with a quick answer, and it's 83-68, 15-point Laker lead. Vogel going with short runs with a lot of his players. Not exactly comfortable with it. That was a tough shot by Chris Paul. Up ahead, Davis kicks it. Matthews finds Caruso. Finds Kuzma in the corner. And Payne with a rebound.
Now the crowd was waiting for that one.
Cameron Payne. No. Kuzma with a board. Here's Matthews now. Oh, he liked it from the time it left his hand. Wesley Matthews knocks down a big triple for L.A. 18-point Laker lead. It's a 10-0 Los Angeles run.
Shout out to 48K.
Playoff leader in games and minutes, points and steals. This is going to be a foul here on Wesley Matthews.
You know, when you throw out those numbers, same again with LeBron.
LeBron James, 262 playoff games, number one, minutes over 10,000, just shy of 11,000 minutes in the playoffs, and over 7,500 points in the playoffs, number one.
Well, and then some pundits would say, well, he should get in his 18 years, he should get those kind of numbers. But how about because of his health, he's been able to play in that many playoff games and then still produce? So it's a lot of guys that played a long time that, you know, for some reason or another, weren't as healthy. And that's just a testament to this man's, you know, off-season regimen on how he keeps his body in shape. More importantly, the mental part of what he does to keep his mind right.
10 of the last 11 NBA Finals, including to that mix the Olympics. He's played as much basketball as anybody over the last decade plus. LeBron James, it's a phenomenal feat. And he puts a seven-figure number on his recovery and on his health and fitness and nutrition.
Well, I mean, when you
can afford it.
Well, you make $800 million. I mean,
He's good.
One single, meal ain't good. That's nothing right there, BA.
Here's Payne, gives it to Aiden. And Aiden scores inside. Very effective in the first half in the paint was DeAndre Ayton. 16-point game. There is time for the Suns. However, this game has just tilted to the Lakers this entire second half. And if Gasol's going to knock those down, you could put this one in the books.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. I was going to say, the Lakers figure out a 3-ball situation, and right on cue was Marc Gasol. It's tough sledding for the Phoenix Suns to really do some damage and cut back into this game.
James is working on Crowder, trying to get the fans stirred up, spins off of him, fade away, no good. They were ready to roar. Kuzma, the offensive board, a couple of them, 4 of them actually, and that's going to be Laker ball. Last touch by Payne. I mean, LeBron just toying with the Suns right now. That gives you a pretty good indication, like Chris's sources, that he's feeling pretty good.
Chris got sources, B. That's why he's been around so long. That's why we got him on the sideline, not just because he knows the game, but his sources give us valuable insight. Everybody don't have the sources like Chris Hayes.
Anthony Davis enters the game. Davis with 32 points, 11 rebounds. LeBron James and Jay Crowder, those two had some memorable duels in the finals last year. Crowder for the Heat, and they are leaning on each other right now. This has become personal between these two. Cleared out. LeBron wants Crowder. Shot clock to 7. Spins off of him. LeBron hangs. The reverse is good. And look at the Laker bench. A 15-2 burst by LA. Booker is fouled on the other end. LeBron's having fun now.
Well, Crowder, you can't play physical with it because when you go low, LeBron goes high. You've heard that saying before. And right here, if you want to play with me, I feel your body. I'm just going to reverse baseline. Aiden, excuse me. Give me 2 more of those.
You see Andre Drummond
on the bench?
Mimicking LeBron James.
Like this, yeah. I mean, but
like a kid watching his hero.
But this is the point the Lakers wanted to get back to. You see how much fun they're having right now?
Yeah.
It was a stretch there where they were scratching their head, wondering when we get back, the injuries, all this stuff. That was their time to go through that during the course of the year. Just happened to be late. Now they're slowly getting it back together. Look at the bench again for the Lakers. But this series, BA, is far from over.
LeBron gets by Crowder, and he's met by Aiden. And that's last touch by LeBron. That'll be Phoenix ball. Good recovery there by Aiden on the help.
Yeah, LeBron again.
Look at Drummond.
Look at Drummond. But they all look. All of them.
And so the Lakers come back, force a turnover. It's going to be a foul on Crowder. He fouls LeBron James. That's number 5 for Jay Crowder.
I love you. You're not getting everything, though. They're not going to give you everything. You clowned them on the last one. But, it's interesting that, and people may say, well, this series is gone, it's over. It takes an injury. It takes some kind of foul trouble one game. It takes a bad shooting night. Something. We've seen it before in the playoffs that totally turned the balance of a series. So it's never over until that 4th game is pretty much won.
Oh, great point. And if you're Phoenix right now, here's the foul. And I think, LeBron taking a dive right there.
Come on, we're in L.A., right?
If you're the Phoenix Suns right now, it's all in Crowder. That's a good answer for him. Give us the Phoenix story right now. I mean, they know they're the competitors. They're out here. The Lakers are having fun at their expense. Lakers look poised, even though there's 6.5 minutes to go here. Look poised to maybe go up 2-1. See if the Suns have an answer here and have a punch back after that Crowder hit.
Shout out to 55K viewers.
Guarding Schroeder. Late clock here. Schroeder's got to go, and he is fouled by DeAndre Ayton. Chris Paul tonight, 7 points, 27 minutes, 7.6 assists. Trying to get one of the officials' attention, either Sean Wright or Sean Corbin. And Schroeder will shoot the free throws. Schroeder with 12 now. A reminder, the NBA playoffs on TNT brought to you by State Farm. For surprisingly great rates, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Burger King. What's better than an Impossible Whopper? Getting a second one for just $1 now at Burger King. Knocked them both down. 19-point Laker lead as we approach the 6-minute mark. Get back to the Phoenix story before that last time out. Ayton gets inside, cannot hit it. But from their perspective, they had home court advantage to start. The Lakers got one in Phoenix in game 2. Now their goal has to be to get one in LA at some point.
Well, you got to be realistic. You want to win too, but you know if you can get one, you've done your job. Phoenix right now in transition, they see if they can convert. But here's the thing about it. After this game, you retool and see if you can get the next one. Now the series is tied 2-2. You're going back to Phoenix. Now you feel better and different about yourself. The series is never over. I said that. You know why? I was on that Laker team in 06 in the playoffs against this Suns team, Steve Nash. We were up 3-1, and we lost 4-3. So people thought the series was over,
right?
But it wasn't. So I was on the opposite end of the spectrum, and I know what that feels like. So when somebody tells me a series is over, in my mind, I'm saying if there's a sliver of chance where you can sneak a game, win something, feel good, go back home, recalibrate, get one, it changes everything. Yeah. And that's what the Suns did to us when we were up 3-1 back in 06.
Well, the Suns with 51 wins this year, second best record in the Western Conference behind the Utah Jazz. Davis now with 33 in the game. This is a team that won 8 straight games in the bubble last year. Their mojo started to rise. They added guys like Paul and Crowder, got some veteran experience with the young talent. And as Paul continues to heal, as he gets days removed from that game 1 injury, next game will be on Sunday. So this entire series is a game, then a day off, right till the end through game 7. So they'll go Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, if it goes that long. Other part of the story, the Lakers had a couple of game 1 losses in the bubble. And famously, Charles Barkley calling for a sweep after the Blazers beat the Lakers in game 1 as Phoenix gets another 3-ball. Cameron Payne's hit 2. He's got 12 now. But the Lakers were able to answer quickly after those game 1 losses last year.
Yep. And they didn't look good. Remember that first game in the bubble?
Yeah, we did that game.
That's right. The Lakers did not look good at all, but yet You know, they figured it out in game 2 and ended up winning 4 in a row.
James, long range 3 over Crowder. Can't get that one to go. Bridges the rebound. 15-point game, 4.5 to go. Payne has been able to give him some points here, and that pass too hot. Turnover, Phoenix. And Davis falls down, and right there is Payne. He'll pull a 3. Payne's got another one. Cameron Payne by himself, helping Phoenix stay in there, giving them a puncher's chance tonight. 12-point game. Payne's got the last 9 for the Suns. Farm. LeBron James with 19 points, 9 assists in the game. Anthony Davis leads the scores tonight with 34. He has answered a 34-point game 2 with 34 tonight in game. Payne's got 3 of those 4.
And the Lakers are trying to argue that Crowder passed the ball instead of attempted the shot because official Scott Foster is giving Crowder 2 shots.
Uy, 10,000 viewers.
Decision, because that one, not only did he get to 2, but he did take some ticks off the clock as well. So smart play that time by Schroeder.
2 big baskets by Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah.
And now a turnover. Schroeder with a steal. Schroeder in transition, going all the way. That'll be an offensive foul. Schroeder launching Cameron Payne out of the play. Disagrees. But a key turnover here.
All right, watch the shoulder right there. It's an easy call. And he really didn't have to do it because he was trying to set up a play. It looks like to drop it back behind him to Wesley Matthews. He really didn't have to push off.
10-point game. Under 2 minutes to go in regulation. Do the Suns have more fight in them? Ayton lets Davis fly by. Counted and 1 for DeAndre Ayton.
And BA, whenever the Lakers double team and they really don't do pick and roll, this is what happens. The double team, the backline defense of Caruso and LeBron kind of stayed at home, didn't take the roller. That put Anthony Davis in a tough position to almost trap, but then try to get back to DeAndre Ayton. He can't do both things. Hence, Ayton is at a free throw line with an opportunity to get a 3-point play.
Jimmy, it just felt like the Lakers got out of their game. They started making it about LeBron and Jay Crowder.
Too early.
Looking for, some lobs and having a little Showtime Lakers activity. And all of a sudden, the Suns, courtesy of a big run by Cameron Payne, they have the Lakers' attention right now. It's an 8-point game. Late clock here. LeBron James with Booker on him. Down to 3, down to 2. James is fouled. So LeBron will go to the line. That's number 5 on Devin Booker. 2-shot foul for LeBron James. And can put the Lakers back ahead by double digits. LeBron sitting on 19. Give him 20 now. Most 20-point games in postseason history, LeBron James. And every one he has from now on just adds to that record. 234 20-point postseason games now. Next on the list, Michael Jordan with 173. Kareem's on the list. Kobe's on the list.
And
the top 4.
And the name that's absent is Wilt Chamberlain because he didn't have the number of playoff successes in games. He holds every other record, almost in the NBA, but that one because some teams he didn't have the quite team success, in particular in Philly, and later in his career with the Lakers.
Here goes Booker and a foul, and that's going to be on Anthony Davis. That's going to be Davis's 5th right here. Booker bounced that one off his knee, but the contact prior to right there.
I mean, with all the contact going on, that's a life out. But it's contact there. Phoenix is to the free throw line. Still can be able to cut this under double digits once again.
What do you make of Booker's game tonight, Jimmy? That's his 18th point. He's gotten 5 out of 6 from the free throw line, coming off that monster game 2 at 31. He's had back-to-back 30-point games, as a matter of fact.
But he didn't, in this game, he didn't have those stretches where it was just he himself carried the load. I mean, when they needed him, 5-point run, 8-point run, Devin Booker impacted. There were spurts, a point here, a basket here, but nothing consistent, which favors the Lakers, I do believe, in that situation by not letting Booker get on a roll.
8-point game, LeBron James for 3. Had a dagger 3 in game 2. Can't get that. Loose ball foul on Phoenix. Kuzma with the offensive rebound. On the LeBron miss. LeBron hit that big 3 that put the nail in the coffin in game 2. That was with 49 seconds remaining. Couldn't knock that one down. Kuzma with the free throw. LeBron James' first playoff game at Staples Center. First playoff game at this venue since 2013. Hard to believe it's been that long since they last played a playoff game here. Remember, the Lakers went on that 6-year drought, and everything was in the bubble last year. Their title run, their 17th championship. 103-93, Lakers by 10. 103 left in regulation.
Aw, she thought that squirrel on your brand new flat screen TV wasn't.
Jimmy, time for the assist of the night presented by State Farm.
Kyle Kuzma up top, said it all night. One of their 18 assists to AD. And remember, I posed a question in regards to, does AD have to be the best player for the Lakers? And the answer is yes. Not necessarily scoring the ball, but his aggression and how he plays, being assertive, because that attracts so much gravity that teams have to pay attention. Now, it's a difference between being the best and most important, because the most important person is still LeBron James.
The difference between the alpha dog and the best player. 10-point game, under a minute to go. Suns got to go quick, and they turn it over. And now the Lakers ready to put this one away. The Suns gave them a fight at the end when the Lakers started getting a little silly with the basketball. But the Lakers, albeit a 7 seed, they don't play like one, they don't feel like one. As Schroeder is fouled, maybe a little excessive roll right there. Scott Foster telling both teams to go to their benches. Booker called for the foul. Schroeder hit the deck. I think Schroeder making this look a little worse than it was. That was a push there.
He got pushed twice.
2 rolls.
Yeah, he got
Booker
it.
fouls out. So Schroeder will go to the line. Booker
See if it's a player foul.
fouls out, and you heard Scott Foster telling everybody to take it down a notch.
Impossible. I mean, now if you're Monty Williams, what do you think the conversation is with this team after this? You've been around this for a minute. I mean,
well, I think that little window there, specifically with LeBron and Jay Crowder, is going to come up. And it's going to be something they'll look at. A terrific run to get back in the game. They certainly got the Lakers' attention. But like you're saying, you come into LA, you want to win 2. Unlikely you're going to win 2 at Staples Center.
But can you get 1?
And get home court back in your favor.
And now, that's not an easy task because, again, to battle this size, 58 points in the paint, for the Lakers out of their 103 points. Again, you just can't grow trees all of a sudden and expect them to bloom and you can just put them in the lineup and combat. You just can't.
Scott Foster over there with Sean Wright, taking a look at this to see if it is elevated to a flagrant level.
I think they might get him because right here, he's in the air. See what I'm saying? Schroeder's in the air, and it's a flat-out push. So that makes it, I think, an easy call for the official because Schroeder, once you're in the air, unable to protect himself.
Yeah, we'll see what they go with here. Well, there's plenty of spice between these two already. Scott Foster.
Oh, penalty 2.
A Booker.
There were no additional penalties on the play.
Oh, wow.
So Booker ejected here.
Well,
Booker picked up his 6th foul anyway, but upgraded to a flagrant 2.
You know what? I get it, though, just from this perspective. It's not like it was a really hard foul. But by Schroeder leaving the air, that push could have resulted in something else if Crowder is not there. You see him because he doesn't have any control once he leaves his feet. I knew it would probably be a flagrant 1, but the 2.
And now Crowder is upset. So more jawing here. Can't get to the finish line in this one, and Crowder's on his way out. Crowder just got tossed, so he will exit. So Jay Crowder tossed out of the game. An ugly finish to this one in game 3 as Schroeder knocks down the tee. Not sure who was jawing. Yeah, he was jawing at Schroeder. And Sean Wright throws him out. Oh, interesting tonight. Still looking at the Phoenix story moving forward here. No Dario Saric tonight. You did see that Chris Paul able to play 27 minutes. Chris Paul making sure he's involved in this as the team leader. Crowder picked up his 2nd technical, which is why he was thrown out.
Now, I don't want to see anything happen, but I love the fight with the Suns. Okay, yeah, they're upset. They basically got it handed to them. They fought back in. It's been some things they probably felt didn't go their way. And that's, to me, I'd love to see that fight. Now, it's going to be interesting to see if they bring the fight to the table right from the beginning of the game, in game 4. That'd be the telltale sign to see if they get a little bit more physical, more assertive, try to put the Lakers back on their heels early in that game.
It'll all set up for game 4 on Sunday. On ABC, there's Ayton with a block on Schroeder, coming to the finish line here. Been sluggish to get to the finish line with a lot of jawing between these two teams. Crowder and Devin Booker ejected. LeBron with 21 tonight, 9 assists, 6 rebounds, and that one is down. A little icing on the cake for the LA Lakers.
Well, you know what they did by extending the game? That just shortened my cigar time after this game, my man.
Yeah, that's Torrey Craig. Well, I mentioned the Lakers last played a playoff game 2013. They got swept that year by the San Antonio Spurs. This year, the first win at Staples Center in the playoffs since 2012. Got to go back to May 18th. Kobe and company Last time the Lakers won a game here until now. LeBron James and the Lakers victorious. 109-95 the final score. And the Lakers have a 2-1 lead and looking every bit like the world champions in the last two games against Monty Williams' Suns.
Just a performance early on. Again, game two, early aggression, decisiveness. Same thing here in game three.
Let's send it down to Chris Haynes.
Anthony Davis, second consecutive game, 30-plus points, 10-plus rebounds. Is this something you feel like you have to do? These are the numbers you have to do to put up to be successful.
Yeah. Coming out aggressive, and it gets the team going. It gets everybody going. We're making shots. We're playing on both ends of the floor. But it starts for me and my aggressiveness coming out. I told y'all after game one, that was on me, and I'm just trying to make an effort to make sure I don't have one of those performances again.
The last minute of the game, it got a little feisty down there. You seen the Devin Booker push the shoulder. What did you think of that play?
Can't happen. Can't do that. I mean, they're turbulent playoff basketball, but you don't push a guy out the air like that, two hands. It's a dirty play. Dennis could have really got hurt right there. We keep it in point of lines. We never want to, and I know Monty, he's not that type of coach. I mean, he's probably going to say something to him, but my coach for 3 years, but, that just can't happen. Hard outs, things like that, playoff basketball, we accept those, but, to blatantly push a guy, with two hands out the air, it's a scary play. Good thing he's okay, but plays like that, is unacceptable.
Well, you guys are up 2-1 right now in this series, took control. Injuries have been a theme in this series right now. You as well, you have a knee issue. How is your condition moving forward?
Come on, Chris. You know better.
I had to ask.
I'm good. I'm good. We got 2 days to rest. Hopefully Kenny is okay. I'm not sure what happened with him, but we got 2 days in between games to
yeah, yeah.
Check the mic and make sure it sound boys. It sound right, boy.
It sound white, boy. It sound white, boy.
It sound right, boy. It sound right, boy. Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys.
It sound right, boy. It sound right, boy. It sound right, boy.
It sound right, boys. It sound right, boy.